Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Reshma. Today's topic for small group discussion is there are three topics: immunity, major histocompatibility complex, and hypersensitivity. We'll be dealing these three topics under following headings: in immunity, definitions, types of immunity, innate, adaptive immunity, components of immunity, local herd immunity. Second topic is major histocompatibility complex, definition, function. Third, hypersensitivity reactions, definition, classification of hypersensitivity reaction, mechanism of hypersensitivity reaction, examples of hypersensitivity reaction. Coming to immunity. Definition: immunity is protection from the infectious pathogen. It is a state or quality of being immune. Resistance exhibited by the host against the foreign antigen towards the injury caused by microorganism and their products. Types: there are two types of immunity: innate immunity, or innate is also known as native. Second, acquired or adaptive immunity. Coming to classification: immunity. Innate immunity may be specific or non-specific. Acquired immunity, active and passive. In active immunity, there is natural active immunity. It may be due to contact with the disease. Artificial acquired immunity, it is due to vaccine killed, attenuated vaccine, toxoid, recombinant DNA. Coming to passive acquired immunity, it is again subdivided into natural, artificial. In natural, it is from placenta or mother's milk. Artificial is due to immune serum. Coming to innate immunity. Innate immunity is also known as native immunity. It is a resistance possessed by individual by birth, that is inherited. Innate immunity, it is present even before the infectious agent has been attacked. It provides a first line defense against the infection, reacts before the infection. There is no previous exposure to antigen is required, and they have no immunological memory. They are non-specific. Response of innate immunity is rapid. Innate immune system has limited and lower potency. Coming to factors affecting innate immunity: age, hormone, nutrition. Age two extreme age group, that is fetus and the old persons, carry a higher susceptibility to various infections. In fetus, immune system is immature, whereas in old age there is gradual waning of immune response. In some disease like clinical illness is more severe in adult than in young children due to more active immune response, which causes greater tissue damage such as chickenpox and poliomyelitis. Coming to hormones. Certain hormonal disorder enhance the susceptibility of infection like diabetes mellitus, adrenal dysfunction, and hypothyroidism. Staphylococcal sepsis is more common in diabetes, which may be caused by increased level of carbohydrates in a tissue. Corticosteroids depresses the host resistance by its anti-inflammatory property, antiphagocytic effect, and inhibiting the antibody formation. Third, nutrition. Both humoral and cell-mediated immunity are reduced in malnutrition. In Kwashiorkor, that is protein energy malnutrition, severe protein deficiency, cell-mediated immune response is reduced. Mechanisms of innate immunity. There are several other mechanisms like epithelial surface barrier, antibacterial properties of the substances, cellular factors, inflammation, fever, acute phase proteins. And components of innate immunity are phagocytic cells, dendritic cells, natural killer cells, plasma protein, protein recognition receptors like toll receptors. Coming to innate immunity functions in a stages. That is, innate immunity will recognize the microbes. and then damages the cell by activation by various mechanisms. Third is elimination of unwanted substances. I repeat, innate immunity is always present, ready to provide a defense against the microbe to eliminate the damaged cells even before an infectious agent is attacked. It functions in stages: recognition of microbes, damages the cell, activation of various mechanism, and elimination of unwanted substance. Now we'll talk about one by one. Epithelial surface. Skin. Skin provides a mechanical barrier to the microorganisms. It provides a bactericidal secretions. The resident of bacterial flora of skin and mucous surfaces prevent the colonization of pathogen. Alteration of normal flora may lead to invasion of extraneous microbes and causes serious diseases. For example, Clostridial enterococci following oral antibiotics. I repeat, skin will provide it is a physical barrier to any infectious agent. Normally, skin has a bactericidal function and it has got a normal flora which will fight against colonization of the pathogen. Any alteration of this normal flora will lead to invasion by the microbes. Coming to second, in epithelial surface, respiratory tract. Respiratory tract is lined by moist mucous surface which act by trapping mechanism. Inhaled particles are arrested in nasal passage on a moist mucous membrane surfaces. Hair-like cilia propels a particle towards the pharynx, which are swallowed and coughed out. Some particles which manages to reach alveoli are ingested by phagocytes. Intestinal tract. In intestinal tract, saliva present in mouth inhibits many microorganisms. Acidic pH of gastric juice destroys the swallowed bacteria, if any, involved. Normal flora of intestine prevents the colonization of pathogen. In eyes, conjunctiva, tear flushes bacteria and other dust particle. Lysosome present in tears has a bactericidal action. In genitourinary tract, urine eliminates the bacteria from urethra by its flushing action. Acidic pH of urine secretion of female due to fermentation of glycogen by lactobacillus makes the vagina free from microorganisms. In male, semen is believed to have some antibacterial substances. This is the photograph from head to toe, various physical barriers. In eye, blinking action, tear, and lysosomes will prevent the bacterial infections or any microbial pathogens. Skin, it acts as a physical barrier. Skin has a sweat. In sweat, sebum, lactic acid, propanoic acid, lysosomes, and normal flora prevents the colonization of pathogen. In urinary tract, urine lavaging action of the urine, acidity of urine, lysosome, vaginal lactic acid, which is a normal flora, which it will prevent the any infections. In respiratory tract, mucous membrane which is lined, ciliary actions, phagocyte, lysosome, coughing and sneezing. In GI tract, stomach acidity, that is pH of stomach is low. Normal flora, peristaltic activity, antimicrobial components. Coming to second, antibacterial substances in blood and tissues. There are number of antibacterial substances present in blood and tissue. Beta lysine, relatively thermostable substance active against anthrax and related bacilli. Basic polypeptide, leucins and plaquins. Acidic substance like lactic acid present in tissue and infected area. Interferon protects against the certain acute and viral infections. Third, cellular factors. Once the infective agent cross the epithelial barrier, tissue factors come into play for defense mechanism. Here, invasion of tissue by the infective agents leads to accumulation. Once the infective agents crosses the epithelial surface, there phagocytes, accumulation of phagocytes come in a site of infection. Deposition of fibrin that entangles the organism act as a barrier to the spread of infection. This phagocytic cell ingests the microbes and destroy them. Fourth, inflammation, an important non-specific defense mechanism, occurs as a result of tissue injury initiated by entry of any pathogen. This inflammation leads to vasodilatation, increased vascular permeability, and cellular infiltration. Due to increased vascular permeability, plasma pours out and dilutes the toxic products present, and fibrin is laid to wall off the site of infection. Coming to fifth, fever. Rise in temperature following infection is a natural defense mechanism. Destroy the infecting organism, stimulates the production of interferon, which helps in recovery from viral infections. 6. Acute phase proteins. After any injury, there is sudden increase or decrease in plasma concentration of certain proteins, collectively called as acute phase protein, such as C-reactive protein, mannose binding proteins. They activate the alternate pathway of complement, prevents the tissue injury, promote the repair of inflammatory lesions. This is all about the innate immunity. Second, we'll talk about acquired immunity. Acquired immunity, it is a resistance acquired by the individual during a life by recognizing and selectively eliminating a specific foreign molecule, provides a second line defense against the infection. These are the characteristics of the adaptive immunity, that is antigen specificity. Our immune system or antibodies, they are capable of distinguishing among the antigen even between the two proteins, even if it differs from only one amino acid. Diversity. Immune system is capable of generating large amount of antibody diversity in its recognition of molecules. Immunological memory. Immune system exhibit a memory on second encounter of same antigen by generating a secondary response which is more specific and quick. Cell distinguishing between self and non-self recognition. Does not react with body's own molecule but effectively eliminates the foreign antigen. I repeat, these are the following characteristic of adaptive immunity. Adaptive immunity is second line defense. There are two types, humoral and cellular. The characteristic features of this adaptive immunity are antigen specificity. That is, our immune system is very specific. Even if a antigen differs in a single amino acid, this immune system will recognize. Second, diversity. Immune system is capable of generating large antibody. Third, immunological memory. Once immune system exhibit a memory on second encounter of same antigen by generating a secondary response which is more specific and quick, and distinguishing between self and a non-self particles. Adaptive immunity, the immunity that an organism develops during a lifetime, develops after exposure of antigen, involves activity of lymphocyte. It includes a second line defense mechanism. Adaptive immunity it is specific, it has a memory, ability to distinguish between self and non-self. There are two types of cells, T cells and B cells are involved in adaptive immunity. Coming to types of adaptive immunity. Antibody mediated immunity. It is also known as humoral immunity. It acts extracellularly and B cells are involved. Second, cell mediated immunity. It is also known as cellular immunity. It acts intracellularly. It is cells involved is T lymphocytes. I repeat, there are two types of adaptive immunity, antibody mediated adaptive immunity or humoral immunity. It acts extracellularly and cell involved is B lymphocyte. Second is cell mediated immunity or Cellular immunity, T lymphocytes are involved. It acts intracellularly. Cell mediated immune response, T cells. Immune response to infected cells, infected by the virus, bacteria, parasites within the cells. Defense against the cancer or transplant cells. There are in T lymphocytes, there are three types: helper T cell, cytotoxic T cells, memory T cells. Helper T cells, what it will do is it will secrete several cytokines. These secreted cytokines will help to secrete activates a B cells. In fact, B cells will secrete a plasma cells and immunoglobulins, and these helper T cells will also activates cytotoxic T cells to divide. Cytotoxic T cells function of it is also known as killer T cells. It kills the infected body cells. Third one is memory T cells. It will remain in the circulation in the body for several years. Once the second time same antigen when it is affected, these memory T cells will come into the play, and immediately it will liberate the antibodies. I repeat, there are three types of T cells: helper T cells, which will secrete the cytokines, helps the B cells and T cells to divide. Cytotoxic T cells, it is also known as killer T cells, kills the infected body cells. Memory T cells, it remains in the body. Immune system. MHC protein marks a cell as a self. Two classes of MHC proteins are there. Class 1 MHC proteins found on virtually all the body cells. MHC class 2 proteins found on certain cells in a immune response of MHC protein. This is the antigen presenting cells. These cells will present an antigen to the particular T cells. There are various antigen presenting cells such as B cells, dendritic cells, and macrophages. Coming to helper T cells, it binds to other white blood cells that have previously encountered to an antigen, stimulates the proliferation of other T cells, stimulates B cells that have already become bound to antigen. Without T helper cells, there is no immune response. Helper T cells function of it is it will stimulate the proliferation of other T cells. Other T cells are cytotoxic T cells and memory T cells, and it will also activate or stimulates a B cells that have already become bound to antigens. Here is the photograph showing the central role of helper T cells. This is the antigen presenting cells, that is macrophage. It is presenting the antigen to the MHC complex 2, and it will activates the T helper cells, and these T helper cells will liberate cytokines such as interleukins and other cytokines. These cytokines will activate a B cells, and B cells will lead to humoral immunity, secretion of antibodies by the plasma cells, and it will also activate the other T cells such as cytotoxic T cells, and it will leads to cell mediated immunity attack on the infected cells. This is the function of helper T cells. Coming to cytotoxic C cells, it is also known as killer cells. It will destroy the infected body cells, binds to the target cell. What it will do, once the cell is infected by any pathogen, the cytotoxic T cells will go and bind to the target cells. Once it binds, it will secrete a perforin protein. What this function of perforin protein is that it will puncture a cell membrane of the infected cells, and other function, it may lead to apoptosis of the cells. Here you can see the picture which will describe the function of cytotoxic T cells. This is the cytotoxic T cells, and it is an antigen receptor. Here antigen is being represented. This is the accessory protein. The cytotoxic T cells will attach to MHC class 1 molecule. This is a photograph showing the function of cytotoxic T cells. Cytotoxic T cells, this is the This is the cells, infected cells, which is presented to the MHC class 1. Once the cytotoxic T cells get attached to infected cell, perforin enzyme is released. These perforin and granzymes, what it do is it creates a pore around the cell membranes. And once the pore are created, and it will destroy the cells. Coming to cell mediated immunity. Cell mediated immunity, it is also known as antibody mediated immunity or humoral immunity. It targets the extracellular microorganisms, bacteria and virus in the circulating blood. B lymphocytes are involved in cell antibody mediated immunity. Antibodies, extracellular fluid and surface B cells are involved. This is a photograph showing antibody mediated immunity. What it does, here you can see macrophage phagocytes the pathogen present on the antigen to match a helper T cells. At the same time, some of this pathogen contacts a B cell matching a pathogen antigen. These helper T cells multiply, secretes a lymphokine which stimulates the B cells to multiply and specialize into plasma cells. These plasma cells will secrete the antibodies. What it does, this macrophages antigen presenting cells. These macrophages will present to MHC complex and it will activate the T cells. At the same time, when the T cells get activated, it will stimulate a B cells. And these B cells will stimulate liberate a immunoglobulin from the plasma cells. And these immunoglobulins are there in circulation for several days. Coming to types of acquired immunity. Acquired immunity, natural active immunity or artificial active immunity, passive immunity, natural passive immunity, artificial active immunity. Acquired acquired immunity is divided into active and passive. Again, active is subdivided into natural active immunity, artificial active immunity. In passive, natural passive immunity, artificial passive immunity. Active immunity is also known as adaptive immunity. Resistance developed by individual as a result of antigenic stimuli. It is used for prophylaxis to increase a body resistance. There are two types: natural active immunity, artificial active immunity. Coming to passive immunity. Passive immunity, it is a resistance transmitted passively to the recipient in a ready-made form. It is used for treatment of acute infections. Two types: natural passive immunity, artificial passive immunity. Coming to difference between active immunity and passive immunity. In active immunity, it is produced actively by a host immune system. Passively, it is received passively, no active participation of host immune system. It is induced by infection or by immunogens conferred by the in passive, it is by the administration of ready-made antibodies. Whereas active immunity, it is long lasting and effective protection. It provides a effective protection. In passive, it is a short term and less effective protection. Immunity in active immunity effective only after a lag period. Passive is immediate immunity. In active immunity provides a immunological memory, whereas in passive immunity there is no memory. In active, booster effects on subsequent dose. So in passive immunity, subsequent dose is less effective. Negative phase may occur in active immunity. No negative phase is there in passive immunity. Coming to natural active immunity, it is results from either a clinical or an inapparent infection by the microbe, usually long lasting. For example, person recovering from a chickenpox and a measles develop a natural active immunity. Coming to artificial active immunity, resistance induced by vaccination. Vaccine preparation of live or a killed microorganism and their product. Bacterial vaccines like live attenuated for tuberculosis, that is BCG vaccine, killed for cholera vaccine subunit, typhoid, and bacterial products like tetanus toxide. In viral vaccines, live attenuated for oral polio vaccine, killed for injectable polio vaccine, and hepatitis B vaccine. Coming to types of passive immunity. Natural passive immunity, it is a resistance passively transferred from mother to fetus or an infant through the placenta, transplacentally, placentally, and through the breast milk through colostrum. Artificial passive immunity, it is a resistance passively transferred to the recipient by administration of antibodies. Agent used are hyperimmune sera of animals, convalescent sera, pooled human gamma globulin. These are used for prophylaxis and therapy. Coming to combined immunization, combination of active and passive methods of immunization, where passive immunization is employed for immediate protection, combined immunization is preferred. Example, protection of non-immune individual with a tetanus prone wound, that is injection of tetanus immunoglobulin in one arm and a first dose of tetanus toxide in other arm, followed by full course of phase tetanus toxide injection. Coming to local immunity. Local immunity, natural infection of a live vaccine administered orally or intranasally provides a local immunity at the site of entry, such as gut mucosa, nasal mucosa. IgA plays an important role in local immunity. Herd immunity. Herd immunity, overall level of immunity in a community. It is relevant in control of epidemic or pandemic diseases. Eradication of communicable diseases depends on development of high level of herd immunity rather than development of high level immunity in the individual. To sum up about the immunity, there are two types of immunity: innate immunity, adaptive immunity. Adaptive immunity is again divided into cell mediated immunity and humoral immunity. Innate immunity is first line defense mechanism against any pathogen. It is natural, no previous exposure, it doesn't has any immunological memory, and they are non-specific. Response of innate immune system is rapid. Innate immune system has limited and lower potency. Coming to adaptive immunity. Adaptive immunity, in adaptive two types: antibody mediated and humoral immunity. It is also referred as antigenic specific immune response. Antigen first must be processed and recognized. Previous exposure to antigen is required. They have immunological memory and they are highly specific. Response to adaptive immunity is slow. Adaptive immune system has high potency. And in adaptive immunity, B cells and T cells are involved, whereas in innate immunity, barrier, phagocyte, NK cells, phagocytes, plasma protein such as complement system, C-reactive protein, innate lymphoid cells, and pattern recognition receptors like toll-like receptors are involved. Coming to second topic, major histocompatibility complex. This topic will deal under following heading: introduction, definition, types of complex, structure of MHC complex, and function of MHC complex. Coming to introduction, major histocompatibility complex is a set of surface protein located on cell membrane of all nucleated cells. It plays an important role to identify the antigen between self and non-self. It plays an important role to identify an antigen between a self and non-self. Intracellular recognition and responsible for antigen presentation. Histo refers to tissue, compatibility refers to living together harmoniously. MHC molecule always recognize only T cells, and there are two types of MHC. Helper T cells recognizes MHC class 2 molecule, and cytotoxic T cell recognize MHC class 1 molecule. In simple term, what it does, MHC complex is, it is a antigen, it helps antigen presenting cells. In simple term, this MHC complex, these are the specialized molecule present on antigen presenting cells to display a peptide fragment of antigen for recognition by antigen specific T cells. These are located on a chromosome number 6, that is short arm 6p. Definition. Major histocompatibility complex, it is a membrane attached protein which works on recognition of antigen between self and non-self body and antigen presentation. Classes of MHC molecule. MHC molecules are classified into three. Two are major, that is class 1 MHC molecule, class 2 MHC molecule. Third one is class 3 MHC molecule. Coming to class 1 MHC molecule. Class 1 MHC molecule are a group of major histocompatibility antigen. It weighs around 45 kilodalton. They are present on the surface of all nucleated cells except for the nervous tissue and the platelets. It presents the antigen to the T cells, cytotoxic T cells. It binds to CD8 adhesion molecules of cytotoxic T cells. It brings about cell-mediated immune response. Structure of MHC class 1 molecule. It consists of two polypeptide chain, alpha chain and beta chain. Beta 2 microglobulin. Alpha chain is non-covalently attached to beta 2 microglobulin, and alpha chain contain a transmembrane glycoprotein which is encoded by ABC gene of HLA. Alpha chain is recognized by three domains: alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. Each domain contains 90 amino acid sequence. Beta 2 microglobulin is similar in size of alpha 3 and does not contain any transmembrane protein. When an antigen is internalized and processed inside by the proteasomes, the peptides are produced. Peptide is further loaded on a groove of MHC class 1 complex molecule from the endoplasmic retina. This is the photograph showing the structure of MHC class 1. Here you can see alpha and beta domain. Alpha has three components: alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha 3. Between alpha 1 and alpha 2 there is a peptide binding groove, and alpha 3 and beta 2 microglobulin are the transmembrane domain, and here it is a cell membrane. Coming to MHC class 2 molecule. MHC class 2 molecules are present on surface of antigen presenting cells and the cell which engulf the foreign antigen. It binds with exogenous or endocytic degradation of antigen. It binds with CD4 adhesion molecules, T helper cells. It also consists of two polypeptide chain of alpha and beta. Antigen is processed inside the endosomes and peptide is further loaded on a groove of MHC class 2 molecule. Coming to structure of MHC class 2. Class 2 MHC molecule consists of two polypeptide chain, 2 alpha. Alpha chain weighs up to 33 kilodalton and beta 28 kilodalton chain. Both chains are attached non-covalently. Each chain contains two units of alpha 1 and alpha 2, and two domains of beta chain are beta 1 and beta 2. Beta 2 and alpha 2 are transmembrane domain anchoring the MHC to the plasma membrane. Alpha 1 and beta 1 domain jointly bears a peptide binding group. Here is a photograph showing the MHC class 2. Here you can see 2 alpha 1 and alpha 2 and beta subunit chains beta 1 and beta 2. Here peptide binding groove is between alpha 1 and beta 1. There in MHC class 1 molecule it is alpha 1 and alpha 2. Here it is alpha 1 and beta 1, and the transmembrane domain which is bind covalently between alpha and beta. Here you can see cell membrane. Coming to MHC class 3 molecule, these molecules include a complements like C2 and C4 and BF factor. Human leukocyte antigen. Human leukocyte HLA is also known as human leukocyte antigen, is a MHC molecule present in human being. HLA is a set of surface protein present on surface of all the nucleated cells. They are responsible for graft rejection, adaptive immunity, defense against the infection. Sometimes it is expressed on a cancer cells, destruction, certain autoimmune diseases and certain complements. MHC is a general term referring to cell surface antigen of vertebra. Coming to functions of MHC molecule. MHC molecule are loaded with bits of sample peptide fragment derived from the degradation of protein present inside the cell. This peptide is mirror image of protein present inside the infectious cells. These MHC molecule contain a self as well as non-self antigen. They bring about the defense against the infectious and disease. They mediate certain autoimmune diseases. They are responsible for individual smell of the. This is about the MHC complex. Coming to third topic, hypersensitivity. Coming to third topic, hypersensitivity reactions. Hypersensitivity refers to undesirable reaction produced by normal immune system, including allergies and autoimmunity. These reactions may be damaging, uncomfortable, or occasionally fatal. In simple term, this hypersensitivity reactions is nothing but excessive response to antigenic stimuli. Coming to classification of hypersensitivity reaction. Type 1, immediate it is also known as atopic anaphylactic hypersensitivity reaction. Type 2, antibody dependent hypersensitivity reaction. Type 3, immune complex hypersensitivity reactions. Type 4, cell mediated or delayed hypersensitivity reactions. Now we will discuss about individual. Type 1 hypersensitivity reaction, it is also known as immediate hypersensitivity reaction or anaphylactic hypersensitivity reaction. The reactions may involve skin. When a skin is involved, patient develops urticaria, eczema. When eye is involved, patient will have conjunctivitis. In nasopharynx involvement, rhinorrhea and rhinitis. In bronchopulmonary, patient may present with asthma features. In GIT, gastroenteritis. Reaction may cause range of symptoms from minor inconvenience to the death. Reaction usually takes 15 to 30 minutes from the time of exposure to the antigen, although sometimes it have a delayed onset 10 to 12 hours. Causes: allergens. Allergens, non-parasite antigen that stimulates a type 1 hypersensitivity reactions. Common allergens associated with type 1 hypersensitivity are proteins, foreign serum, vaccine, in food, nuts, seafood, egg, peas, beans, milk. In plant, raygrass, ragweed, breech tree. Drug penicillin, it is a most common drug which causes hypersensitivity reaction. Sulfonamides, local anesthesia, salicylates. Insects products like bee venom, wasp venom, ant venom, cockroach calyx, dust mite, mold spores, animal hair, dander, and latex. These are the common agents which causes type 1 hypersensitivity reaction. Coming to atopy. Atopy is a term for genetic trait to have a predisposition for the localized anaphylaxis. Atopic individuals have high levels of IgE and eosinophils. Coming to mechanism of type 1 hypersensitivity reaction. After the initial introduction of antigen produces a antibody response. More specifically, the type of antigen and the way in which it is administered, it induces synthesis of IgE antibody in particular. These immunoglobulin IgE binds very specifically to Fc receptor which are present on the mast cells which remain in the circulation. And once this IgE binds to, once the antigen attacks to the Fc receptor of IgE molecule, it liberates several mediators like histamine, bradykinin, cytokinin like TNF alpha, interleukin 1, interleukin 6, and chemoattractants for the neutrophils, eosinophils, enzymes, tryptase, chymase, catepsin. Changes, there will be changes in connective tissue matrix, tissue breakdown, leukotrienes, and prostaglandins are liberated. And these liberation will lead to vasodilatation, increased vascular permeability, smooth muscle spasm. This diagnosis can be done uh, by skin prick test or a intradermal test measurement of total IgE or specific antibody against the suspected allergens. Total IgE and specific IgE antibodies are measured by the ELISA method. Increased IgE levels are indicative of atopic conditions, although IgE may be elevated in some non-atopic diseases like myeloma, helminthic infections. Coming to, I repeat, type 1 hypersensitivity reaction. What happens when a person get exposed to allergen? Allergen, it may be dust, hay, pollen, or any food or a drug. It activates a T helper cells and B cells, and there will be production of IgE antibody. This IgE antibody binds to Fc receptor of the mast cells. On the repeated exposure, this mast cell activation and degranulation takes place, and mediators of IgE are liberated. Performed mediators like vasoactive amines like histamine, enzymes, and proteoglycans are released. When these performed mediators are released, immediate hypersensitivity reaction occurs within a minutes or after a re-exposure. These vasoactive amines like histamine, bradykinin will causes vasodilatation, increased vascular permeability, smooth muscle spasm, or vasoconstriction. When a lipid mediators and cytokines like IL-5 and chemokine like etiotoxins are liberated, this will leads to recruiter eosinophils and causes a late phase reaction. It occurs 2 to 24 hours after the re-exposure. Epithelial damage by eosinophils, major basic protein, eosinophilic cationic protein, and bronchospasm it causes. Coming to type 2 hypersensitivity or cytotoxic hypersensitivity reaction. It affects a variety of organs and tissue. Antigens are normally endogenous, although exogenous chemicals which can attach to cell membrane also lead to hypersensitivity reaction. Drug-induced hemolytic anemia, granulocytopenia, autoimmune thrombocytopenia are examples. Even this reaction time, this may occur in minutes to hours. Type 2 hypersensitivity is primarily mediated by antibodies of IgM and IgG classes and complement systems. Phagocytes play a important role. These lesions contain antibodies, complements, and neutrophils. There are three mechanisms involved in hypersensitivity reaction. First one is opsonization and phagocytosis. Antibodies will activate the complement pathway to form C5 to C9 C9 MAC complex for direct lysis, and C3b for opsonization, uh, and antibody dependent cell mediated cytotoxicity. It will directly kill the cell. In opsonization and phagocytosis, C5 to C9 are developed, which will cause direct lysis. C3b will help for opsonization and further phagocytosis of cell. Antibody dependent cell mediated cytotoxicity, it will cause lysis of the cells. Examples by this mechanism is autoimmune hemolytic anemia, autoimmune thrombocytopenia. In hemolytic disease of newborn, what happens when Rh positive baby is born for Rh negative mother for the first time? It is fine. There are no developed or formed antibodies. But when the second time, when Rh positive baby is uh, Rh baby positive is there in Rh negative mother, the formed antibodies will cross the placenta and baby kills its own RBCs. This is the photograph showing uh, Erythroblastus fetalis. RBCs with Rh antigen. Here you can see placenta and circulating maternal circulation. There are formed antibodies during first pregnancy. When the in second pregnancy, when Rh positive baby is present in second delivery, there are formed antibodies which will cross react with the uh, formed antigen and destroy its RBCs. Coming to second mechanism involved in hypersensitivity reaction is inflammation. It is seen in antibody deposited in fixed tissue. Antibody activates a complement and promote the activation and release of neutrophils and monocyte. Activated cells will release a protease and free radicals for the tissue damage. Example for this are Goodpasture disease, rheumatic fever, pemphigus vulgaris. It is nothing but antibodies are deposited in a fixed tissues. Cellular dysfunction is the third mechanism of hypersensitivity reaction. Antibodies are formed against the cell surface receptors only to destroy the function. In this, there is no inflammation or cell injury. Examples of this are Graves' disease and myasthenia gravis. I repeat, antibody mediated hypersensitivity, it is three mechanisms are involved: opsonization, phagocytosis, inflammation, and cellular dysfunction. In opsonization and phagocytosis, examples are autoimmune hemolytic anemias, autoimmune thrombocytopenic purpura. In inflammation, Goodpasture's disease, acute rheumatic fever, pemphigus vulgaris. In cellular dysfunction, Graves' disease, myasthenia gravis. Coming to diagnosis of type 2 hypersensitivity. Diagnostic tests include detection of circulating antibodies against the tissue involved and the presence of antibodies and complement in the lesion. Biopsy by the immunofluorescence technique. The staining pattern is normally smooth and linear, is seen in Goodpasture disease. Coming to type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. Type 3 hypersensitivity reaction, antigen and antibody immune complexes are formed. It is mediated by IgG. Large amount of antigen and antibody complexes are formed in the blood. If not eliminated, these antigen antibody complexes get deposited in capillaries, joints, and which will trigger the inflammation. These reactions may be general. In general, like as in serum sickness, or may involve individual organs. In skin, SLE, that is systemic lupus erythematosus, arthritis reaction, kidney, lupus nephritis, lung, aspergillosis, joints, rheumatoid arthritis, or other organ. These reactions may be pathogenic mechanism of disease caused by microorganisms. Reaction may take 3 to 10 hours after exposure to the antigen. It is mediated by soluble immune complex. They are mostly of IgG class, although IgM may be involved. Antigen may be exogenous or endogenous. In exogenous, such as chronic bacterial, viral, or parasitic infections. In endogenous, like non-organ specific autoimmunity, like SLE. Antigen is soluble and not attached to the organ involved. Neutrophils and macrophage bind to the immune complex via FcR receptor and phagocytes and the complex. But if unable to phagocytes, the immune complex can cause an inflammation via complement system activation C3A, C4A, and C5A, which will leads to frustrated phagocytosis. Coming to diagnosis of type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. Diagnosis involves examination of tissue biopsy for deposition of immunoglobulins and complement by immunofluorescence microscopy. The presence of immune complex in serum or deletion in level of complements are diagnostic. Coming to type 4 hypersensitivity, it is also known as delayed type of hypersensitivity. Reaction involves a sensitized T cells and release of its lymphokines as a mediators and amplifiers. The mediated cells rather than antibodies. Clinical scenarios seen are contact dermatitis, transplant rejection, granulomas. T helper cells releases cytokines and activates a macrophage, causes inflammation and tissue damage. Continued macrophages activation causes a chronic inflammation resulting in tissue lesion, scarring, granuloma formation. Response starts after 48 to 72 hours. Diagnosis of this type 4 hypersensitivity reaction includes diagnostic test in vivo includes delayed cutaneous reaction in Monto's test and a patch test for contact dermatitis. In vitro test for delayed hypersensitivity include mitogenic response, lymphocytotoxicity, and IL-2 production. This is the tabular column showing the various examples of type 4 hypersensitivity reaction. In contact dermatitis, reaction time is 48 to 72 hours. Patient will present with eczema. When you see the biopsy, you'll see lymphocytes followed by macrophages and edema of the epidermis. Antigen and the site. Epidermal, organic, chemical, poison ivy, and heavy metals are the antigenic stimuli for the contact dermatitis. In tuberculin test, its reaction time is 48 to 72 hours. You'll see local induration. When you see the histological appearance, there are lymphocytes, monocytes, and macrophages. Antigenic stimuli is intradermal injection of tuberculin or lepramin protein. Coming to third example, granuloma. It takes about 21 to 28 days. Clinical appearance is hardening. When you see histology, there are macrophages, epithelioid cells, Jane cells, and fibroblast. And antigenic stimuli is persistent antigen or foreign body presence, tuberculosis or leprosy. This is a comparison of different types of hypersensitivity. This is the tabular column showing the comparison of different types of hypersensitivity reaction. In type 1, it is also known as atopy anaphylactic hypersensitivity reaction. Antibody involved is IgG. Antigen is usually exogenous and the response step may be early or the delayed. Usually it is 15 to 30 minutes. Appearance of wheel flare reaction. Histology, when you see eosinophils are most commonly involved and transferred with antibodies. Examples are allergy, asthma, hay fever. In type 2 hypersensitivity reaction, it is also known as cytotoxic hypersensitivity reaction. Antibodies involved are IgG, IgM. Antigen are cell surface. Response times are usually minutes to hours. Appearance, lysis and necrosis of the cell. Antibody and complements are involved. Transferred with antibodies. Examples, erythroblastus fetalis, Goodpasture's, SLE. Type 3 hypersensitivity reaction, immune complex mediated, IgG, IgM are involved. Antigen is soluble, response time is 3 to 8 hours. Erythema, edema, and necrosis. Complement system and neutrophils are involved. Transferred with antibody. Most common example is SLE, Farmer's lungs disease. Coming to type 4 or delayed hypersensitivity reaction. Antibody, none of the antibodies are involved. Antigen is tissue and organs, 48 to 78 hours. Erythema indurations are seen by appearance. Histology, when you see, there are monocytes, lymphocyte and macrophage involved, transferred with T cells. Examples for type 4 hypersensitivity reaction are tuberculin test, granuloma, contact dermatitis. These we conclude for the today's discussion. Thank you.